That's it. That's it. Let's go. Practice fast.
Welcome to Finsiders TV. It is Camp Dolphins 2010. Barry Butel alongside Kim Bocamper. The news predominantly here today has been the injury front. Camarillo and Tristan Davis working out on the side, and by all accounts, they probably want to get back into the regular workouts.
Well, you want to get back. You never like being hurt. You're kind of not part of the team. You're on the side, and now some of the workouts that they got those guys putting through as quote rehab work, probably a little harder than practice, and they're probably looking over saying, you know what, it'd be a lot easier for me to be over there doing that and give me a better opportunity to make this team than what I'm doing right now. So you take the good with the bad, and I got to tell you what, whenever you're hurt, there is nothing good about being hurt, especially in training camp, and I'm sure these guys are doing everything they can to get back and get ready back on the field.
Tough news. Nate Garner goes down with left foot injury. He had surgery about 5 days ago, according to Coach Sperano. He added some great depth along the line. Yeah,
and you hope he's back and ready for the regular season or soon thereafter. I mean, because Nate was a guy last year, was cut in the last cut, and they brought him back. And he was struggling just to stay on this roster, and all of a sudden he becomes their utility guy in the offensive line. In one game last year in Carolina, he played 3 different positions, played center. And I said, Nate, when was the last time you played center in this league? And he said, tonight. So he can do a lot of different things, and I think he created a niche for himself along that offensive line. So you'd like to see him get back and get healthy. Good kid, good hardworking guy, and I think he's going to be missed from a depth standpoint in that offensive line.
Gardner and Murtha look like they'll be the 2 guys battling it out for now at that spot. And then John Jerry, the rookie out of Ole Miss, tweaks his knee. He'd been seeing a lot of time at the guard spot.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's training camp. I mean, you go through it, and there are 2-a-days, and they're working hard, and all these guys are trying to give that extra effort, especially the rookies. So you're going to get these kind of injuries, and hopefully it's not something that keeps him out for too long. But they like him. They've been getting him a lot of starting time and a lot of time out in the practice field. And he started in the game last week, got a lot of time. So hopefully he can get back. But hey, it's that time of year where it's intense out there. There's battles for every position, and guys are doing whatever they can to go. And sometimes that little extra, gets you in a pile, kind of get your leg rolled up on or whatever. And it's one of the ills of training camp.
Preseason game number 2 coming up at Jacksonville against the Jaguars. What do you want to see from some of the guys that maybe you didn't see in preseason game number 1?
I think I'd like to see that offense start to click a little bit. We saw a scrimmage a couple weeks ago, and it was a little bit off-kilter offensively. And then we saw the game last week where, it was bad conditions out there, tough holding on to the football. You had some penalties, drive killers is what you had. You'd like to see them make up for those mistakes, put some drives together, and show some continuity. I think we all believe that this offense is going to be very good and they're going to score some points. They've got to start believing it, and we've got to start seeing it. And I think this week up in Jacksonville, you start seeing it. I think beyond that, you look for the continued growth of the young guys. Jared Odrick had a good game. Cole Misi did some good stuff. Nolan Carroll, Rashad Jones, all those guys out there. And then the guys that are coming back. Nate Ness, who was on the practice squad last year, he made some plays. So, I think Micah Johnson, another kid out there, number 57. So I look to see all those guys. They're all going to get a lot of playing time. And this is that kind of week where they had a good week last week. Now if you back it up, all of a sudden they're going, oh, maybe this guy has a real thing. We've seen too many times guys have a good game one week. Next week they fall off the map and you don't hear from them again.
We shall see. For Kim Bocamper, I'm Barry Butel. Thanks so much for tuning in to Finsiders TV.